Alright guys, what is up? This is Dioko with Dioko TV. We're going to hop into a little team strategy lesson number 1. We've got keys to good fakes. Alright, so we're going to go over a couple notes, hop in game, look at an example, and hopefully you'll pick up something from this that you'll learn from and hopefully apply to your team strategy, okay? So the first thing we're going to go over is keys to successful picks, or fakes rather. Early picks. Alright, pressure on the opponent early in the round, such as a frag. This will often force a soft rotate, as we like to call it. It'll allow the terrorists to poke and prod until they force some sort of hard rotate from the already weakened defense. Okay. Second point we've got here is we're going to call edge pressure. You may ask, Dioko, what is edge pressure? It's a great question. Edge pressure is simply defined as pressure on the edge of the map. All right. After an early pick, if you delay and pressure the opposite side of the map from which the early pick took place, it's probably going to force that rotate out of counter terrace. Okay, a good reason I have for this is being the CT is thinking that the edge pressure is a commit to that bomb site. All right, so when that pressure hits there, they're going to think, okay, well they got to pick on the other side of the site. They're probably expecting us to rotate, so they're going to hit that site. So it's kind of playing some mind games with the counter terrace. But the key to selling the edge pressure is the utilization of multiple smokes and flashes. So if you've got a couple guys on that side of the map, maybe you put one, and we'll look at this in game. There's a great example in the match that we're going to look at. But anyways, if you can utilize those smokes and flashes and use your peaks accordingly, maybe even get a pick on that side of the map, it's only going to help that much more, okay? The third point I've got is constant pressure. Once the edge pressure is established, the terrorist team needs to continue applying a constant pressure. You say, well, how do you apply that constant pressure? It kind of goes hand in hand with what we just talked about. Utilizing the smokes, utilizing the flashes, making sure you're peeking out and just trying to shoot and make constant contact with the counter terrorist. All right. If this player dies, the fake's going to fizzle out quickly. Okay. So what you've got to do is you've got to be able to keep that edge pressure player alive. Because if he dies, they're going to sniff out the fake play very, very quickly. All right. So keep that in mind. All right, fourth point we've got, 4 out of 5, almost done, almost done. Defending quick rotates. You may say, okay, well, we're going to fake, so what does it matter if we defend the quick rotates? Well, you got to understand, if you've got majority of the counter terrorists on the side of the map that you want to fake, then those quick rotates are going to be key to holding that bomb site and allowing the bomb to tick off a little bit longer and ultimately helping you win the round. Okay. But as well as defending against that quick rotate, it's also going to give you some great scouting information. And again, we're going to look at this in game. There's going to be some very good points from the demo we're going to review. But ultimately, it's going to allow you to prevent those paths that they typically take. And it's going to give you some scouting information as to where those players are coming from. All right, and the last point we've got are flanks. Along with defending the quick rotate, flanking from the edge is probably arguably one of the most important parts of the fake, because it's constantly going to make the counter terrorists look behind their back, look over their shoulder. Anytime you can take their eyes off of what they're focusing on in front of them, it becomes much more valuable. All right, and the positioning, as for defending those quick rotates, may become that much more vital. You'll have some sort of bait and switch type thing, or a pinch on one particular area of the map. But again, the edge pressure player is the one who's going to provide that flanking. So, like I previously mentioned, he's probably the key to the whole entire fake working. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Obviously, DreamHack is going on at this point in time. Was watching yesterday. Was actually watching a great match between Team Alternative and Team Titan on DE Cash. So I've got a good example of this in game. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop in game. We're going to look at this. I'm going to break it down and kind of show you each point that they do successfully and why they're able to basically make this fake work. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into game. All right, got it loaded up already for you. And again, this is from Team Alternate and Team Titan, okay, yesterday from DreamHack. So here's what we got. Let's get our volume up just a little bit so you guys can hear what's going on in game. All right, we'll take a look early. We are going to do some pausing. We are going to go over some stuff. But ultimately, we're going to pick out what we just talked about, those 5 major points. As we can see, we've got some sort of split here. Let's pause right here. We've got 2 players here. If my, that's right, I can't do that with my demo UI. We've got 2 players here, 3 players here. So a very, very standard setup on DE Cash. Obviously, there's no pressure going towards middle, but There's no telling what went on before this, if they were saying, okay, well, let's stay away from middle because they're really controlling it. Let's just try to focus on the edges of the map. So as we can see here, 2 players going towards B, 3 going towards A. Let's clear this, and let's look and see what happens. Remember, our first point is an early pick. That's really what changes and what sets the table. All right, boom. There's our early pick right there. Tizian gets that early pick onto existence from Team Titan, okay? So that instantly, as we can see, is going to force some sort of rotate from Apex, from middle, all right? So because of that, this is going to set the table for here. We've got, if I could draw a circle, we've got a couple players here in decent positions to start our edge pressure, okay? But again, early picks are what set the scene for our fake, all right? So let's continue on. Let's see how they continue out the round. And again, we'll look at this from some first-person angles and kind of see what they do. But mainly want to give you the overview as we can tell what goes on for the most part from here. Okay. All right, let me pause here. Something, too, that really sells this fake. All right. Apex, we're going to see here, is going to push up into B. All right, as we can see, this guy right in here, he's going to push into B. All right, these two are just going to chill. They've fallen back. They're letting them get comfortable at B. Thus, any noise made at A now is going to really, really establish some sort of dominance. As you can see there, Tizian and Apex kind of exchanged. But as we're going to see here, boom, there's some initial contact. This is what I'm going to call pre-pressure, or pre-edge pressure, I should call it. All right, they're making a showing at A. So in doing that, they're going to force some people off of B. Now, we're going to see in a minute how Team Titan reacts, but ultimately they've created that early pressure onto the opposite bomb site where they got the early pick. All right, so let's watch Apex, let's watch Kaylee, and let's see what they decide to do here. Again, some smoke grenades, some flashbangs, and again, what did we talk about with our edge pressure? The key player after this, or at this point, becomes that edge pressure player. As we can see here, it's clearly Zonix, okay? And this is the edge of the map. That's what I call edge pressure here, okay? So what we want to focus on is that area right there, how he plays it. And again, we'll look at this first person in just a second, but we really want to key in on what he's doing. Is he making noise? Is he dying? Is he getting a pick? All right, but let's key into that player right now. Make sure I clear my map, first of all, and resume it. All right, Apex, as you can see down here, is actually starting to rotate back. So he's really buying into this edge pressure scheme. At this point in time, alternates really, they're putting one up in the middle. And again, let me pause right here. This goes hand in hand. Zonix was continued to apply, and we'll see in a minute when he throws a smoke grenade out of Squeaky, but he's going to continue to apply that constant pressure that we talked about. All right? Whereas Tizian, he's in the middle, so what is he doing? He's defending that quick rotate. He's going to make sure, okay, I'm going to go middle. I'm going to make sure that they can't go quick to Vince and shut this fake down. Okay? So really, we're going to see here, we've got Apex down, looking like he's going towards B, but let's see how Zonix plays this out. Let's see if he can allow Apex to rotate back and give these guys a good, clean path into the bomb site. All right, there's the smoke I was talking about from Zonix. So again, it sucked Apex back into the play, back into the fake, as we see Tizian continuing to put that pressure on them, continuing to defend that quick rotate. And as you can see, they're going to get a pretty clean path into B. Now, at this point in time, they said, okay, we're in B. We've got B control. Zonix is going to rotate off. Tizian is going to rotate. It's going to help defend that quick route. Watch some flanks. And obviously, you can see him there in the checker room area. He's just defending that flank. Zonix made a little contact there with Apex, but here we go. Here we go again with Zonix. The key player here is Zonix because he's going to be on that flank. Titan has already decided, all right, they've got 3 players in sight. It's 3-on-3 or 4-on-3. Let's just go ahead and shut it down. Zonix with a good fake there. He probably would tell you he should have gotten both of those kills. But again, we'll back it up. We'll look at it here in a minute. But anyways, guys, that's the key to a good flank right there. As you can see, they executed on all those points we just brought up. Starting with the early pick, the edge pressure, the constant pressure, defending the rotates, and lastly, the flank. All right, so let's back it up. Let's take a look at Zonix. I want to watch it from Zonix's perspective this time, okay? We saw the overhead view there. We saw how they really executed it well. And let's definitely key into the most important player on this part, and that's Zonix right here. We're just going to let the play unfold. Obviously, you can see the map in the top left-hand corner. So make sure you key into that as things go quickly. And obviously, you can always rewind, look at this if you are viewing on YouTube. Alright, so again, Zonic's not going to do anything crazy here. Just going to kind of hold his spot, hold his ground. There's the early pick, like we talked about. And again, we're going to rotate back here to A. Team alternate is. And now it doesn't matter if they make noise here because we want this edge pressure. We want to be known that we're here. So he's going to open Squeaky, kind of take a peek around, look at some things, draw some of those good grenades out, spam a little bit, continue to apply that edge pressure. We're going to see a pick here shortly. Kenny S is going to take down Aprox because of that bad smoke. So again, Zonix is very, very important here. Spots one gets a kill. That's huge right there. That constant pressure. Flashbangs come out. Again, the constant pressure, utilizing your smokes, utilizing your flashes, not dying, and making sure that you just you hang on as long as you can and keep these guys as close as possible. There's the smoke coming out. So they're going to know here, all right, they're going to try to hit this site. Zonix continuing not to die, just poking, prodding. Spots out Kaylee, not going to get a frag. And then he said, all right, they've got B-bomb site, I'm falling off. Here's where I continue to defend the quick rotates. So he's going to watch A main. Then he decides, all right, I hear a guy. So let me get in position to flank here. Instead of defending, because we've got Tizian in a good spot in checkerboard, I'm going to flank. Unfortunately, he fails there. So he decides, all right, I'm committing to the flank 100% here. Here's where I'm saying he probably should get both of these kills. Gets one, probably should have gotten that kill. But as you can see, he is the most important player in that round and ultimately the one who really set the tone for that fake strat. So again, guys, when you're doing your strategies, all right, remember the 5 keys. We've got early picks, we've got edge pressure, we've got constant pressure, defending quick rotates, then we've got flanks. All right, but that's a little quick guide on how you can really be successful with your flanks and just be a successful team when it comes to executing your flanks. All right. So if you want to, feel free to tune in. More videos down below, and definitely check out some of those and check me out on Twitch. And we'll see you guys around. Take it easy.